Flag football meets basketball in this game that develops throwing accuracy. We call it drop in the bucket. Line players up at a cone and place a large garbage bin, yes, you heard us, several yards away, just slightly closer than the furthest distance they can comfortably throw the ball. Any raised target like a cardboard box or chair works too. Here's how it looks. On your call, players take turns throwing the football into the target from behind the cone. They get 1 point for hitting it off a bounce, 3 points for a direct hit, and 5 points for landing it inside.
Nice job! 5 points, there you go.
Give each player 3 to 5 throws, keeping track of their score, and encourage them to try to beat it in their next round. This game is also a fun way to work on throwing the ball with a high arc. Tell your team to aim the ball so it falls into the target from above. This is what QBs call dropping it in the bucket.
Nice job! 5 points, great job.
Players develop better throwing accuracy in this twist on a classic. This is Tic Tac Throw. Use cones to make a 5x5 yard tic-tac-toe board with 9 distinct boxes. Divide players into 2 teams and line them up 5 yards away from the board. The first player in each line gets a ball. Here's how it looks. On your call, players take turns throwing the football into a square to claim it. Use different colored pennies or flags to mark which square belongs to which team. If the ball lands in one square and bounces into another, mark the first square it landed in. Teams can also steal a square that's already been claimed.
Yeah, nice. Some red stealing it back.
The first team to get tic-tac-toe wins.
Ah, tic-tac-toe!
This game helps players practice throwing the ball with a high arc, which gives them the best shot at hitting their target. Remind them the earlier they release the ball in their throwing motion, the higher the arc will be.
Oh, that was just outside. Awesome! Woo!
Aim for greatness and throw with accuracy in this game we call Bullseye. Use cones to mark 3 throwing spots, 5 yards apart, starting 5 yards from your target. In this case, a garbage can, but a cardboard box or any raised target will do. Here's how it looks. Players take turns trying to hit the target with the ball.
Release it early.
If they hit it, they advance to the next throwing spot, which is further away.
Shoulder towards, good job. You move back now.
If not, they stay put and try again.
All right. Yep, so you're back here, good.
The first player to hit the target from all 3 distances wins the round. Tell your players to try to aim the ball so it falls into the target from above, what QBs call dropping it in the bucket.
Nice and easy, drop it in the bucket. There you go, excellent job.
Remind them that the earlier they release the ball in their throwing motion, the higher it will go. And just like that, bullseye. Players learn to read the field in this fun game combining 2 of our favorite sports. This is football tennis. Use cones to create a rectangular playing area, then divide the space in half using 3 more cones to make the center line. This is your football tennis court. Here's how it looks. To start, 2 pairs stand on opposite sides of the court, with 1 player holding the ball ready to serve. Each pair's goal is to throw the ball to the other side of the court without their opponents catching it.
Good, 1 point.
If it hits the ground, the pair who threw the ball gets a point. If the opposing team catches the ball, it's their turn to throw it back across to the other side. In this game, we're trying to get players in the habit of scanning the field, reading the coverage, and aiming their throw accordingly. Instead of just letting the ball come to them, encourage players to anticipate where each pass is heading and move their bodies and heads in that direction. Ultimate Frisbee meets flag football in a throwing and catching game we call Ultimate Football. Use 4 cones to mark a rectangular space, then use more cones to create a 10-yard end zone at each end. Divide players into 2 teams, 1 in pennies, and send each team to an end zone. Here's how it looks. Make 1 team offense and give them the ball.
Okay, it's game time.
They try to get the ball to the other end zone using only throws and catches. Players must stand still to throw, while their teammates can move around the field to receive the ball.
Nice job. Keep it moving, offense. Keep it moving.
If the defense intercepts the ball or it hits the ground, it's a turnover.
Oh, change of possession.
When a player catches the ball in the end zone, their team scores. Both teams return to their end zones, and the non-scoring team gets the ball.
Game on.
Somebody catch it.
Let's go, defense, find someone. Don't let them behind you.
Not everyone's a born quarterback or wide receiver, and younger players may struggle to throw and catch the ball. In this game, we're focused more on the catching. Demonstrate proper catching technique, making a diamond shape with their hands for high passes. For low passes, remind them to make a basket with their hands, with their pinkies touching.
Great job, great job.
Football and archery come together in this throwing game we call Robin Hood. Use cones to create your target, starting with a large outer square, a smaller square inside it, and an even smaller square in the center. That's your bullseye. Then use 2 cones to create a throwing gate about 10 yards away and line players up at the gate. Here's how it looks. One at a time, players step up to the throwing line with a ball and throw, trying to land it in the target. Players get 1 point for balls that land in the largest zone, 5 points for the middle, and 10 for a bullseye.
Oh!
Score throws based on where the ball first bounces. And if it hits a cone, give them the point for that square.
Oh, right on the cone.
Give each player 3 to 5 turns to throw the ball. The player with the most points wins the round. Play a few rounds so each player can try to beat their own score. Because of the distance, players tend to put too much force behind their throws. Encourage them to let go of the ball earlier in their arm motion for a high arcing pass. That gives them the best shot at landing a bullseye.
3-pointer, good job.
Don't burn your toe off in this game that teaches players to throw with accuracy. It's time for The Floor is Lava. Use 4 cones to make a rectangular space. But, it's made of lava. Scatter more cones randomly throughout the space, about 8 to 10 feet apart. These are your islands. You'll need at least as many islands as you have players. Divide players into pairs and give each pair a tennis ball. Here's how it looks. Rule number 1. You can't catch a ball while standing in lava. It's too hot. Players can only throw and catch the ball when they're on an island. The player in each pair with the ball starts at an island while their partner runs around to find an open island. Once they're there, they can receive a pass from their partner, who then runs to a new island to receive a return pass.
Try not to run into each other. Good.
Tell each pair to keep track of how many passes they complete before time is up. Play short rounds, about a minute long. Between rounds, challenge players to complete at least 1 more pass in the next round.
Remember, when we catch the ball, use your diamonds or your pinkies down low.
Remind passers to keep their non-throwing shoulder turned toward their target and to step into the throw.
Good job, nice catch.
Players learn to throw the right way by practicing the wrong way in this game we call the wrong foot. Divide players into pairs spaced 5 yards apart. Give every pair a ball. Here's how it looks. On your call, players throw the ball back and forth, but with one very important limitation. They must throw with their wrong foot forward. That means right-handers lead with their right foot and left-handers lead with their left. This will feel unnatural, and some players may find themselves shot-putting the ball, pushing it from their neck. Encourage them to use their full arm movement and follow through as usual. It may be more awkward, but it's still possible.
Stay stationary, don't bring that foot forward. It's gonna feel awkward.
After several rounds with their wrong foot, have players switch to their right foot, or their left if they're lefties, so they can see how much easier it is to throw correctly, and put their best foot forward.
This game is perfect for itsy-bitsy players working on basic throwing and catching skills. We call it the spider web. Use 4 cones to create a square playing area. Pick 1 volunteer to start as the spider. Give them the ball and spread the rest of the team around the playing area. Here's how it looks. On your call, the spider must build its web by completing a pass and receiving the ball back from each player on the team. Once the spider passes to everyone and builds its web, have players rotate so a different player gets to be the spider in the next round. Make sure everyone is using proper throwing form. Fingers on the back of the laces, non-throwing shoulder turned downfield, and step into the throw.
Well done. Way to track that football.
To make the catch, just lean back. Players track the ball in the air and learn to let it come to them in this fun route running activity we call easy ups. Use 4 cones to create a rectangle. Give a ball to the quarterback, and every other player is a receiver. The receivers line up 5 yards away from the quarterback. Here's how it looks. On the QB's go, one receiver at a time sprints up the long side of the rectangle.
Nice job.
After 5 steps, the quarterback throws the ball. Ideally, a looping pass over the top of the receiver that lands just outside the rectangle. The round is over after every receiver has had a chance to make a catch. This activity is all about the receivers learning to track and catch a ball, but the quarterback's ability to throw an accurate pass obviously makes a big difference in how receivers do so.
Way to work, good job.
Receivers should track the ball from inside, allowing it to land towards their outside shoulder, and when the ball arrives, remind them to stay grounded. Players will be tempted to jump up and meet the ball. Instead, they should let it come to them.
Gonna run, looking back over the shoulder, tracking the ball. We want to make sure we bring the pinkies together to create that basket as we continue to run to the ball and meet the ball and catch the ball and bring the ball in, all right?
They may need to adjust their speed and, if necessary, lean back to make the catch. But if the pass is accurate, the ball should simply drop into their hands right in front of them. And practice makes perfect, because it may sound easy, but that's just the name of the game.
That's it.